Hi, I'm John Hickenlooper, former mayor, former governor of Colorado, mayor of Denver. And I'm here to welcome you on to the first ever SofaKing Fest virtual concert to raise money for the Restaurant Workers Relief Fund and for the community of musicians and all the support staff of musicians so badly hit by this COVID-19. I'm the kind of the warm-up act a little bit. I think the point that I'm going to play just a few minutes of music, but my point here is to really make sure that you appreciate the good musicians when they come on. I grew up loving music. I actually went to Woodstock in 1969. I went to the Big Free concert for the first Earth Day in 1970. I navigated my way through the 70s. Went to one of the first big Grateful Dead concerts where they played with the Beach Boys in New York City. Saw them in the Portchester, New York, the Palace Theater. Anyway, I could go on for hours, but I will tell you that while I was mayor, we had this tremendous realization how powerful and important music was to our community. Red Rocks is one of the most beautiful natural amphitheaters on earth. When I got elected mayor in 2003, we were doing about, I think, 33 or 34 concerts a year there. And we just kept ramping it up. The staff said, no, the attendance will go down. But the attendance just always went up. Now we do, I think this year they were, if it wasn't for the coronavirus pandemic, we would have gotten to 160 performances at Red Rocks. And we saw that it is part of what makes a community believe in itself. It brings people together. It creates a sense of community and unity, which in a time like this is so important. And some of my strongest memories are around music while I was mayor. After we had Katrina, Dave Matthews had just sold out 4 straight shows at Red Rocks, and he had an off day. And so literally 4 days before the concert, he agreed and got his road crew to all donate their time to send to New Orleans for the victims of Katrina. And as mayor, I reached out, and we got all the people that ran the parking lots and sold the Coke and the beer. Everybody donated their time that night. When we had the worst floods in the history of Colorado in 2013 in September, in October, a whole raft of musicians came out and played. We had the Lumineers and Ryan Tedder and One Republic. Nathaniel Rateliff came out. The Fray, Isaac Slade and Joe King. And again, raised money to help those people who were going through the worst experience in their life. And in the process, those concerts brought people together and marked a point in time. When I got elected mayor, we had inaugural concerts. When I got elected governor, we had inaugural concerts. I remember the Lumineers came and played when I got reelected in 2014. One Republic and the Fray played in 2011 when I first got elected. Music brings people together. Anyway, so here's the kind of introduction to this show. And then I'll finish up with a final brief introduction. obviously plenty of music from me. But we do have a lot of really talented musicians. I wrote down just some of them. Robbie Grove from the Districts Band and Jonathan Russell of the Head and the Heart. I was just talking to a friend of mine, Michael Goldberg, who owns the Belly Up in Aspen, was saying how they always draw a huge crowd, how great they are. Also the Still Tide and Julie Davis and Joe Pope, who I've known for, my gosh, a good 15 years anyway. And Adam Deach of Lettuce, all these great musicians. And at this time more than ever, we need our musicians and our artists to help bring us together. And this pandemic, COVID-19, hit us at our most vulnerable time when, as a country, we've allowed ourselves to become so partisan and so divided. And now more than ever, we have to find a way to get past that division, and it has really blocked this country moving forward. And everyone I know has direct connection and consequence with this epidemic, and the virus is touching all of us in painful and terrible ways. I remember when I was a kid, and my mother had been widowed a couple times before she turned 40, and she would tell us, you can't control what life throws at you, but you can control how you respond, whether it makes you stronger or weaker, better or worse. And I think that's where we are now, and that we have to really recognize that this is serious, and it's going to get worse. We're going to have some weeks for sure, and maybe even a couple months where we're not going to even be able to recognize our country and the condition it's in. People are already beginning to say that. But we've got to remember that we can't control what comes at us, but we can control how we respond. And I think there's a real, obligation for all of us to figure out, how do we work together? How do we use the loss and the suffering that we're going to go through during this crisis and channel that energy and to build resilience. We can't just build back to where we were. We're going to have to build ourselves back stronger than where we were before. In other words, we can't just replace what we've lost. We're going to have to come back and build resiliency so we're stronger than before and ready for whatever life throws at us the next time. I realize that all of you watching this understand the power of music, and that music has got to be a part of that our ability, that energy of community. So I hope you guys have a great night watching these incredible musicians, and help your neighbors and find ways to deliver meals for seniors if they need help. Make sure you try to help each other as much as you can, recognizing that, of course, social distance and all the necessary details of making sure we stay safe. All right, have a great night. Thank you. You can take me out.